up, everyone? My name is Jeury. A lot of people know me as Jeury build. There's my '92 Civic Si hatchback with a K24 boost, all-wheel drive. Currently a bone stock motor.
Where'd you get the motor from?
I pulled the motor out the junkyard, believe it or not. But yeah, all I did was pull it out the junkyard the same day. Me and my friends, we went back to the garage. Pressure cleaned the motor. I put an oil pump, a timing chain, timing tensioner, and a VTC gear on it.
That was like overnight though, right?
We did that all the same day. I got to the junkyard at 9 in the morning, had the motor out by 10:30, had everything clean, had the motor pumped and resealed. Everything was done by like about 3 o'clock-ish or so. Finished putting all the motor together, put my transmission on and everything. And same night, well, like let's say 3 in the morning, the car was good to go. And if I didn't, the car is all-wheel drive. It's currently running a factory wagon rear diff, non-LSD, factory wagon vicious coupler. It still hasn't been refreshed, nothing like that. Everything I bought was in mint condition, and I did look over it. But for the most part, it's still original from the AWD wagon. I didn't do nothing to it. Transmission-wise, I'm running a 03 CRV transmission casing. It's using a Albin's Synchro Set gear set, Wave Track LSD, and the tranny was built by me, of course. Yeah, the car runs flawless. It hasn't given me no issues, no none. It's been consistent 9-second car ever since I put it all-wheel drive.
So what kind of turbo is that?
The turbo is a Bob Warner S366, but this is the upgraded version. It has the billet wheel. It's a T4 with a 88 back housing. I've had the turbo set up now for, let's say, 2.5 years or so. I was stock K24 front wheel drive with the same turbo kit. I went all-wheel drive, just moved my turbo kit over.
When you ran front wheel drive, what was your time at the track?
My best time front wheel drive was a 10.6 at 137.
And that was with the same setup right now, like same stock internal stack long block?
Still same stock setup. Of course, I did a oil pump, the Type S oil pump in the VTC.
The upgrade you said, yeah.
Yeah, you do that just to help, with high RPMs and everything. And it, helps bring out a little bit more power, not much, but it's safer for the motor to have that, of course, when you're beating on it.
Of course. So right now, since you switched into all-wheel drive, what's your fastest time now, since it's the same setup?
As soon as I put it all-wheel drive, we went to the first time with the track, and it's been a consistent 9-second car. The car hasn't given me no major issues. We went one time and broke an axle. I had a bruise sleeve. Little things as I go, but the car's been solid. It's run a solid 9-second passes every time. I'll show you guys the time slip.
Where's the fastest one?
The fastest one, I think, is right there. Yeah, it's the 9.5.
So it's literally just got better and better, as you guys see.
And that's all the 9-second passes we have made. And the motor's been exactly in there. I have a receipt of when I got the motor from the junkyard. It's been exactly a month, a week, and like 2 days, let's say, since I've had the motor, so a month and a half.
How long did you have this car?
Oof. Shit. The car, I had it for like 8+ years. I've lost it. I had it for a long time.
So, like, how many swaps have been through the car?
So the car, when I bought it, it was bone stock. It had 17-inch wheels, stock suspension with 17-inch wheels with the original D16 Z6 with a turbo kit. That's it. And that's how I bought the car. I bought it from a young kid in Kendall. And ever since then, I've owned the car. And right after that, I swapped it right away to B Series. I was B Series for a couple years. I had Foreman's Type R, full Type R motor, nitrous B series. Yeah, the car was a beast. It was an animal when I was a B series.
Is that when you were K Killer?
Well, I was killing the white hatch, but we transferred it over to this one. But still, we heard a lot of feelings at that time. It was a fun car.
That's the Sonic meat days.
Yeah, that much power at that time was like, it was very good.
So how much money do you think you spent like trying to get the car where it's at now? Like since day one now? Because a lot of people say like, oh, you got money because you know you have good parts, but at the same time like, you know, I've been there, I know what's up, but everybody else wants to know.
Here's the whole thing. When I started and I first went on Boost, the way I accumulate parts, I like to buy one part, I let it sit. I buy another part, I let it sit. And that's just little by little. Before you know it, I piece together my turbo kit. That's how I put together my whole turbo kit. Like, yeah, it's not cheap. It took me a lot of time, a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, it's not about the money, it's my hobby.
It's not an overnight process either.
And it's not, no, it's never, no, this thing, yeah, this has not been an overnight process.
It's just that the parts you get, you just don't post it, so people think, yo, you don't have that. So when you put it together, you're like, oh, you bought that all in one day. Like,
exactly. Like for example, like right now, one of the newest upgrades that we recently did, the Willwood brakes, and I did the Stop Tech slotted rotors. Those brakes had them sitting on the shelf for, let's say, close to a year or over a year. I just had them sitting. I just bought them and let them sit.
The TEs, what's the spec on those, and what tires are you running on?
The specs on the TEs are 15x8. I don't know that. All said bullshit. I think it's plus 36. So let me tell you whatever. But that shit's running 225, 50, 15. Mickey Thompson, ET Street. When I ran 9s, those are the same tires and everything that I drive to the track the way you see the car. I run it at the track the way you see the car. I don't change tires, nothing like that. Our goal is to push the stock motor to see what limit we could go, seeing how much faster we can hopefully pull 9.2, 9.0, maybe at 8.9. You'll never know.
What's your next step with the car, and like, is this your last stop, or?
I got a couple other things in mind for the car, but we have priorities in life and stuff, so.
That's always going up from here, so.
Yeah, no, definitely from there. Of course, maybe one day we're looking into building a motor. As of right now,
it's running good.
We're gonna keep it stock motors. I'm happy with what it does. I have a backup motor if this one does go out, so I'm not worried about it.
So where'd you get that backup motor from?
That's another junkyard motor. I got the receipts.
Nah, but people think like you really have to build a car, like get it fully built to make power. When you went to the dyno last, how much power did you make?
So this setup has not been tuned. I am still on the same map of my old tune when I was front wheel drive. All I did was tweak it up a little bit myself. You know, thanks to the help of my tuner, Dirk, he did point me in the right direction of where what I could do to tweak up some things here and there. But yeah, so the things that I've done, that I've done to the car, any tweaks, it's been working and it's going good. So.
What's the power though? Like, what's the last number you did on the dyno?
The last number was 527 with the stock TSX motor, was 527 at 17 pounds. Right now I have the car, it is currently on 21 pounds. So I would have to guess the car's like, let's say around 600, you know, around there. I don't want to like overkill the motor. I know I am pushing the motor already to its limit, so I don't want to keep on overkilling. Because it's different being all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Because when I was front-wheel drive, you know, the boost comes in differently. When you're all-wheel drive, the boost comes in differently. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, everything changed. So.
This is a different motor when you ran front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was still stock, long block, all that. How long did that front-wheel drive setup last you? Like, how long did the motor last?
The front-wheel drive motor, it lasted me like, let's say 2 years plus when I was front-wheel drive. And that motor, I was beating the crap out of it. I lost count of the amount of pulls and races I had with that motor. And the motor finally gave out. It dropped the valve. That morning I was doing a pull, it dropped the valve. I didn't know it dropped the valve right away. I was just in the middle of a pool and the car shut off. So I didn't think nothing of it. I thought maybe something else was wrong with it, but I went to go start it and I could tell that the motor didn't have no compression, no nothing. The motor was hurt. So So long story short, I got towed home that day. First time in like two and a half years the car got towed. We got towed home, and yeah, I took apart the motor right away, and I found the retainer broken.
So, but how many miles did that motor have?
That motor, when I got it, it had like close to 170 around there. So I would say when I put in my car around there, it was, let's say 200, close to around there, because when I took it out, I bought a TSX, a bone stock TSX, just for that motor, my first motor. I bought a whole car just for that motor.
So you guys know I'm family with Jeury, and because this is normal stuff that people ask him all the time when I'm with him. I hear people ask these questions, so I just wanted to clear the air of any questions that people had. If anybody does have questions, you guys can put it in the comment section below. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the bio. Soon, we're in November, so next month we're going to Orlando Speedway with
I believe it's import finals or something like that.
Full send?
Full send, like always. Like I said, we're going for another personal best. This is currently the fastest stock K24 on drag radios right now.
Honestly,
all-wheel drive. The car has not seen slicks yet. Well, it's been all-wheel drive, nothing like that.
I've been in the car when it was front-wheel drive, and you know, we did a pull. Yes, it was very fast. Today I got in, and all-wheel drive is a completely different story. Like, it drove great. It was just like the G-force that I felt. I don't know. I'll show the video right now.
Let my spirit catch up.
So as you guys saw, man, my spirit got left behind. I don't know what happened, but I appreciate you talking to me, bro.
Yeah, you already know.
And the people now know what's up.
Yeah, and just to let you know, the next lane is open if anybody wants it. All right? Turn up.